Welcome to Life in the 1900s newspapers, where we read old newspapers together. Today, we're in the 20s, and the 20s was a crazy time. It was an era of letting it all hang out, and the goal was to have fun. It was only a decade ago that people were still wearing their corsets and long dresses, and the men wearing really tight collars. But some people went a little bit too crazy. In this video, we will be reading the articles interspersed with some crazy people of the 20s and some of the 30s. Let's start with letters to the editor. A Denver girl writes indignantly to Cynthia Gray about Lady Mary's views on American girls. Lady Mary, by the way, is probably some hard-working American girl who earns her honest living writing views for those who'd rather read the Sunday papers than enjoy Colorado's glorious Sunday sunshine. But Cynthia's correspondent is seriously hurt by Lady Mary's fault findings about American girls with shrill voices, terrible conceit, slang, and lipsticks. Don't worry, Myrtle, most of you aren't that way. I know it, and so do all the other American men, particularly those best of the American young men who went abroad for their 1917-1918 vacations, World War I. They saw British girls and French girls and German girls, only a few like the European article, well enough to bring one home.
Cargo.
Dog answer call of the tame. The call of humankind proves stronger than the call of the wild in the half-savage breast of Ben, a huge Great Dane. 4 years ago, Ben was taken to the Bering Sea by a motion picture company. The film actors went away, and Ben was left behind beyond the Arctic Circle. A dog trot one way or the other, and he would return to the wild. But the memory of man's companionship dominated. How he traversed hundreds of miles of trackless subarctic wilderness, how he battled for food, how he avoided the pitfalls of some piteous land can only be conjectured. All that is known is that somehow or other he shied the wilderness, appearing among the Aleut villages along the coast and finally attracting the attention of a fishing vessel crew. He stowed away on the ship to Petersburg, an Alaskan cannery settlement, where he was adopted by Claude Roundtree, Seattle cannery man, and recently he arrived in Seattle following happily on the heels of Mrs. Roundtree. Now showing at the Isis Theater, noon to 11 p.m., Shirley Mason in Queenie. Mary Pickford wants short skirts. Paris, October 12th. 6 of the smartest and latest Parisian gowns were today selected by Mary Pickford as the first of the trousseau she will take back to the United States. "What do you consider the essentials of a well-dressed woman?" she was asked. "Her hair must be well-dressed," replied the film star. "She must be well-shod and have neat-fitting stockings." "I liked bobbed hair," Mary said. "It's easier to keep clean." Mary's choices of gowns today were the most simple and expensive creations of Lavin. She ordered the skirts medium shorter than the regulation length. Sulfur baths, massage for rheumatism, lumbago, tired feeling, immediate results. Hats cleaned and blocked, $1. Work called for and delivered. Learn to dance correctly, Denver Academy, private lessons. Our boarding house. "Really, Mr. Moore, you're doing splendidly. That's it. Now turn and slide, 2 steps to the left."
I think I could learn to dance in no time, don't you, Miss Fisher? I'd go to a dance if I knew whom to take.
Imagine him trying to detour around a waxed floor in those stumbles. They look like a couple of mandolin cases.
Yeah, and if he ever launched one of them on a frill's foot, wow, he ought to go in for barn dancing with those hoofs.
Flashy Miss Fisher tries to teach Al Moore a few dance steps. Thanks for watching. Let's go out with a bang.